Hey guys, it's Oscar. I'm here for a shave. We're gonna do a shave video today, and get into maybe get into a thing or two I wanted to kind of talk about. But real quick, jumping in, what I'm gonna be using is let's start with hardware. I'll be using the Rockwell 6S on the 4 setting. I'm thinking I might kind of what I like to do is start kind of with a more aggressive, and for touch-ups and buffing, switch it, since it's kind of, I mean, it'll just take a second, but you can switch the plate over. The 2 setting is on the other side. If you're not familiar with Rockwell 6S, then it's just a kind of an adjustable sort of shaving system, if you will. It comes with 3 different of these base plates, and each side of the base plate has a different setting of aggressiveness, going from 1 to 6. So 3 base plates with 2 sides is the 6 setting. This happens to be the 4 and the 2 setting, with the 4 actually showing, with the R4 actually showing. That means that the 4 is the setting of the blade gap. And this is actually, it's not the original handle. This is a wind rose handle. It also kind of has a dull finish. It's a different kind of a dull finish than the head, than the head on the Rockwell has. Normally, this is the normal handle that comes with a Rockwell 6S, but I just thought I'd, just try something different. It's still a stainless steel handle, again from Wind Rose. Good heft to it. Still on the heavy side. You probably don't want to drop it on your little toe or anything, but that's what I'll be using as far as hardware. And it has a Rapira Platinum Luxe blade on its 3rd shave. And I'm going to be using today, again, the Wolf Whiskers brush with the Black Wolf knot. This is called Black Cherry Ice and White Pearl on a 1301 shape from Wolf Whiskers. And I'm going to be putting, since I have a soap sample in my Diego Thermals scuttle. Now, the software, the soap, this is a sample, and everybody busts Peter Charkalis' balls about never having samples, but if you stuck around later in the Big Shave West, he had them on his table. This is a sample of Bad Habits. It's one of the soaps he offers in the club of his shaving shop online. And Bad Habits is actually I'm just getting to it. Bad Habits is a dupe of a cologne called Habit Rouge from a company called Guerlain, French company called Guerlain. It was created in 1965. The cologne was created in 1965, and oh, this is beautiful. It was created in 1965, and on Peter's website, he says one of the biggest fans of Habit Rouge cologne was Keith Richards from the Stones. He said something to the effect of he never really had a lot of women pay attention to him until he started wearing Habit Rouge. So, and all the drugs and shit that guy has. What is he? Keith Richards, like 95 years old. So, just funny. But it's lathering up pretty well. I decided to do this in the scuttle because, I mean, this container's pretty small, maybe the size of a quarter around, so it'd be hard to scoop it up. So, oops. So that's what I'll be using. I don't know what I'm going to follow it up with aftershave wise, because it's very cologne-y. And then on Peter's scent description on the club website, there's a lot going on in here. His scent characteristics, I wrote them down here. He says it starts with a citrus and kind of a leather opening. And I can see that. He lists lemon and bergamot as his main citrus notes, but I get more lemon, but he also lists basil and leather, and I get that a lot, especially as I'm kind of lathering and building this lather and stuff. But as far as his scent description, he says lemon, bergamot, basil, cinnamon. I didn't get much cinnamon. Carnation and rose for florals. Woodiness with rosewood, sandalwood, and patchouli. And cedar and amber. then kind of smooths it out. He has vanilla, moss, didn't get moss. Leather, I got benzoin and labdanum. Benzoin and labdanum are these resins that are used a lot in perfumery and cologne making and stuff. That, according to, I had to look it up, Wikipedia, they're used, the resins are used to kind of calm down the potential volatilities that comes from pure perfume oils. So it's kind of used as I guess as a balancing agent to, to the oils. It's just a necessary ingredient in perfume making from what I gathered. So it's coming out pretty good. Not bad at all. But I was kind of debating on talking about what it is I'm gonna bring up here, and I'm not even really bringing it up. It was already brought up a few days ago. But and I usually stay back, stay out of stuff that I usually try to stay out of stuff that gets instigated and people start going back and forth and people feel the need to make videos to counter what somebody else made a video about. And it's just, I mean, if you've been following some of the posts, you know what I'm talking about. And I know that I hate to be that passive aggressive, like, well, I'm not going to say any names, but because that's part of the problem that I'm addressing right now is this passive aggressive fucking shit stirring that people do. And if you, like I said, if you've been following a couple days, you know who I'm talking about. And if you don't know, you know what? Well, fuck it. It was Bailey. Okay. I don't like to be like, oh, I'm not really going to say who it is. But then at the same time, if you're going to blast somebody or kind of address something or have an issue with them, people say, well, address them in private. Well, no, because if the first stone was already cast and somebody's kind of bitching and calling people out, throwing down the gauntlet in public, then they've already kind of broken that rule. There's a passive aggressiveness, and he's a staple in the community. Huge, 7,000 YouTube subscribers. I'll admit he helped me out when I was first starting. But being big in the community, I mean, you got to be more responsible with kind of how you handle your celebrity. Now, this kind of BS humility that people tend to exhibit. Well, I'm not a celebrity. I just make videos and give my opinion. Well, you know what? When you have over 7,000 subscribers in a community, that's not, I mean, it's a big shit, the community. But when you have over 7,000 subscribers in a community, and basically an online community, you are somewhat of a celebrity. I mean, positive or not. There is a celebrity aspect to it. A lot of people watch, and a lot of people take what you say as not really as gospel, but they really put value in what you say. So I think there's a certain kind of responsibility. Yeah, be honest, give your opinions and stuff. But just, I don't know, be more tactful or something, I don't know. Basically, there's a shit stirring aspect. One of those things where it's like, I'm gonna cause a little bit of a ruckus and then just step back and let people just have at it at each other. And eventually, you know how comments on Facebook and YouTube go. Eventually they get personal, they turn into name calling, and it loses the decorum that it should have. And then if you have to throw out your opinions and then think that you're justifying it by saying, oh, well, it's just my opinion and I fucking hate when people do that. I think this sucks, but that's just my opinion and I'm just being honest. Or I hate when people use those terms, I'm just being honest, or this is just my opinion, to be a dick. They use that justification just to be a dick. And I understand if it's your opinion, but if nobody actually reached out to you and asked you, hey, so-and-so, what do you think about this? Then be honest, give your opinion. But if you're just going to say out of the blue, hey, I think this stuff sucks, but I'm just being honest. Well, that's cool, but nobody fucking asked you, so just keep your opinion to yourself. I know. Oh, free speech, all this other bullshit, but whatever. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then just disregard what I'm talking about. But if you've been kind of paying attention a little bit the last couple of days, you know what I'm talking about. I think what really set it off for me was, I mean, a while back, and I've had conversations with people at meetups and stuff, and we share the same opinion, man. That dude's changed. That dude has changed. There's a passive aggressiveness, like I said, that I don't know if there's some satisfaction he gets from kind of stirring the pot and then stepping back and watching it boil. But I don't know, man. I know I stopped watching his videos a long time ago because they just changed. They just turned from being constructive and even instructive to just, I don't know, man. But I started to watch this one the other day because I saw Big Shave West in the title. And after coming off the event, I still wanted to see what people had to say. What struck me as odd was talking about the Big Shave West and he wasn't even there. And that's another thing. Well, let me go back a little bit. I saw Big Shave West in the title. I thought it was odd because he wasn't even there. And from what I understand, especially being as big in the community as he is, he doesn't go to meetups. He doesn't travel. And the one that he did travel to, he didn't even want to be involved. Again, what I heard. I say that tongue in cheek because I hate when people throw out opinions and start it with what I heard. What I heard was, if you have something to contribute to a conversation that starts with those words, that starts with, well, I heard that, then just stay out of the conversation because you have like no credibility. Oh, I heard that. Anyway. So he doesn't even travel to meet up. So then I thought it odd that he puts Big Shave West in the title of his video. So then I just happened to, and I do this sometimes, before even watching the video, I read the comments. And I realized from the comments that he was going to be talking shit about the event. And I fucking hate that, because if you weren't even there, then all you're going by is conjecture and what you heard. Even if you heard from people who were there, go yourself. And what made me mad was, see, I'm kind of personally invested in Big Shave West. Not as a vendor, I'm not financially invested. I'm personally invested. In the sense that the first one started not long after I started shaving. Excuse me. When I was starting out, I reached out to people, including Bailey. Everybody was super helpful, sending me samples, letting me try stuff. So, after the first New York meetup, at the end of 2014, I believe, I said that would be awesome if they did something like that out here. Then I find out that Big Shave West is coming. I said, I'm in, I'm there. Been to all three. But not only that, I say personally invested because it's something that we travel to. We make a weekend of it. I take my family. I take my girlfriend, my son, and we meet other families. And everybody is so, like I've always said, so welcoming, so cool. I enjoy it. We make a weekend out of it. It's a thing. It's a thing for us. Not just something to go to. It's a thing. So I'm personally invested. So when somebody reaches out and starts talking shit, especially if they weren't there, it bothers me. Because not only I believe you're attacking the event and the people running it, you're kind of indirectly bashing the people who attended. You're bashing the people who are involved. You're bashing the people who enjoy it. You're bashing the people who like it. And I think that's irresponsible. I think it's just really irresponsible. Especially with somebody with that type of stature in this community. Now, I don't know the details. Like I said, I admit, I still haven't watched the video because it was just going to make me mad. But if what you say makes it necessary for people, You know, like Douglas came back the next day with a couple of live videos, kind of almost defending himself. That kind of made me mad. Yeah, Douglas is a friend of mine. I don't know. What did Bailey talk about? Something about devotion to vendors, or I know it was a money making thing, and I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch it, so maybe I'm losing a little credibility right now. Well, it just bothered me that, because after the first event, after the first Big Shave, somebody, I don't remember, some stupid name said, it puts it out, just volunteers it on, I think, Shave the Man or something. Hey, I heard at Big Shave West there was a bunch of shady shit going on. If you want to know, PM me, private message me. And I'm like, hey, I was there. I kind of want to see what this guy has to say. So I send him a private message. Hey, man, what did you hear about Pasadena? Ooh, I heard this, and I heard that, and my friend was there, is what he said. I heard there was some under-the-table shady sales going on. I heard this. And if I was able to kind of trace it back to who it was he heard it from, and who it was he heard it from, he's a fucking douchebag. Because this dude, the person he heard it from, has been known to be a fucking shit stirrer, being sarcastic about, ooh, I want to go to a Big Shave and meet some of these YouTube celebrities, and just talking smack. And then I look over and the guy's sitting there taking pictures with like Busta and David and people that are prominent in YouTube. I'm like, you're a fucking hypocrite. You're going to talk shit about these guys who do videos and stuff, and then you're going to be over there like your arm around them taking pictures with them. Fucking clown. Anyway, so that's who we had heard shit from. Oh, I heard this, that's that. I heard this, I heard that. Like, yeah, were you there? Did you see it for yourself? Well, no. So, but anyway, that's the type of shit that just bugs me, man. And like I said, I try not to get, because all I'm going to do is get mad, and it's going to turn into, I don't know, just going to devolve into a bitch session about everything. And if you weren't at the Big Shave and you don't follow too much and you're just kind of watching my video to just kind of watch, I appreciate it. But you know, you figure this should be drama free, man. It should be like it's a hobby, man. But inevitably somebody's gonna fucking stir the pot, and then, man, it just sucks. It's disappointing. It's disappointing. I unsubscribed from Bailey's videos a long time ago, and I don't really care. He's probably not going to see this anyway, unless somebody tells him, because he unsubscribed from me like a year ago anyway, so I don't care. Oh, you should address this personally with that person. Why? Why? Am I stooping to his level by doing this? Yeah, maybe. But sometimes unless you make a public declaration about something, nobody's going to know. So what good does it do? You address it personally with that person, but if that person is naturally inclined to just stir the pot and, you know, pull out dick-like tendencies, then all he's going to do is going to be like, haha, whatever, I don't care what you think. Well, you know, maybe you don't. But for somebody who's always been so prominent and prolific, to use his own word, I'm the most prolific YouTuber. And I notice, man, sometimes when people change their look, they get bold. They get more confident. Not always a good thing. Confident and cocky are two different things. This isn't a personal call out. It's not a challenge. It's not a meet me at the bike racks after school kind of thing. Just, I don't know, it bugs me. I'm going to switch the plate from 4 to 2. Less aggressive for final passes. And if you stopped watching by now, well, if you stopped watching, you won't hear me say this, but if you're still watching, I don't know, I kind of apologize for going on, but at the same time, I don't know. And when you start, this is another thing that bugged me about him. I'm gonna reach out to my 6,000, 7,000 subscribers. Not me, of course, but, and I'm gonna talk smack. But that would be like, that's just my opinion. That's just me. That's just what works for me. But, like I said, when you're, I don't know. Anyway. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. Then you know. Anyway, get into the stuff. So, Peter, the soap is fantastic. Shit, 21 minutes. Peter, the soap is fantastic. The scent is amazing. It's a great cologne scent. I see it more on a more mature man as far as the cologne goes. Peter sells it under the name Bad Habits. Again, it's a dupe of Habit Rouge by Guerlain. Very mature scent, but very, very sophisticated, I'd say. I can definitely see myself trying to wear this more. The Wolf Whiskers brush is amazing. And Rockwell, what can you say? So, that was a rant. I'm already at 22 minutes. I'm sorry. Well, to a lot of you, or I don't know, if you know what I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. I mean, I mentioned his name, so. Just, I don't know, man. It's disappointing. Somebody that prominent talking shit and bashing something he really knows about through conjecture and what he's heard. Go, make an appearance. You don't like it? At least you got credibility, you have personal experience to talk about. Instead of talking shit about the event, calling it a money grab. Fucking go. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. So everything was fantastic. I'm done. Thanks for listening if you're still here. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.